welcome back to Recall Gaming and another edition of the Recall Files. After last week's Resident Evil 4 Village section and the major success that video has had, it's my most viewed Recall file, so a big thank you to everyone. But given that success, I think it was pretty obvious where we could go, and it had to be Resident Evil 5, right? The next one, the infamous Resident Evil 5, which, as more and more talk, sounds like we're going to get a remake of this game, but similar to that, we're going to do the first chapter, Civilian Checkpoint. Now, it's not quite as tight as Resident Evil 4, but it very much does a village sequence just like Resident Evil 4. And it's pretty damn good in its own right, and we'll get straight into it, and we can discuss a bit of Resident Evil 5 here. We'll go for Veteran, and we'll play as Chris. Obviously, I've completed the game a couple times, so I have the ability to change. And I don't want any co-op or anything. No. Yeah, invite only. I'm not going to invite anybody, so that should be fine. As you can see, the big change from Resident Evil 4 to 5 with the co-op inclusion. And just so we can get the proper experience, I will I'll make the big call to we'll put everything into inventory, right? Is there a quick way to do it? Yeah, remove. As I say, we'll go how the game wants it to be played. You can see I've got quite a lot of upgrades. I've got the Gatling gun for Chris, which is awesome. We'll go with that. Sheva can have whatever. I don't want to use any items on doing this because I've got a funny story where me and my buddy, when we played through this, we kind of, in our last session, just decided to fire all our bullets in the air just as a joke. But we didn't realize the game we thought a checkpoint would cause it to save. But it turned out the game just saved it anyway. So when we come back to the last level, one of the hardest levels in the game, and the Wesker boss fight, we had literally no ammunition. So it took about 2.5 hours when it probably should have taken an hour. So yeah, that was my genius IQ at its highest. And another person's as well, so we're both to blame. Now, we'll skip all the cutscenes. The Recall Files is just about showing gameplay. And of course, rather than committing to a full playthrough, we can just play one specific section, show a taste of a game. And who knows, maybe one day on the back of this we'll do some Resident Evil playthroughs. Resident Evil is a series I love to bits. But we're straight into it here.
This is Kirk. Chris, Sheva, can you read me?
And I think Resident Evil 5 is a game that still looks pretty damn good. This came out in 2009, and it really does look good. And we can see quite a oppressive atmosphere here. Of course, I'm not going to get into the whole Resident Evil 5 controversy. Well, actually, I am. That's a lie. People obviously like to rag on Resident Evil 5 a bit and claim it's a whole racism debate, which is just a complete nonsense. We've got the inclusion of a map, something a bit different. But yeah, the whole racism debate, honestly, it's ridiculous. As one of the voice actors said, you know, the game's been in Antarctica, it's been in the Midwest of America, it's been in Spain. Wasn't an issue then, so it shouldn't be an issue now. That's all I'll say on it. I just completely concur with those. And, you know, there are many reasons why perhaps we shouldn't get a Resident Evil 5 remake. That's not one of them, though. And I'm just having to get used to the controls, because the games were still using a bit of an antiquated control scheme, still rocking the Resident Evil 4 one, and that was fine in 2005, but at this point we'd had Gears of War, but more importantly, we'd had Dead Space, and Dead Space had very much revolutionised survival horror in a very similar way to Resident Evil 4. So we've got a gun here. It's on the up spot, which means I can aim. But yeah, Dead Space made huge... I've got some costumes on. Well, if you want to see something a bit crazy, there you go. A bit Mad Max.
Destination coordinates.
I didn't realise I had those set on. We'll leave those on. I'm not going to read the document. I know how to play the game. But yeah, the big thing about this game was you had Sheva, who was completely AI. AI is AI controlled, but she's with me for the whole game. Which has big pluses and minuses. Her AI can be absolutely amazing, it can be awful. You don't really know what you're going to get. And that's why the 2 times I've done a full playthrough of Resident Evil 5, I've done it co-op. I am planning on one day doing a solo run just to see what the game's kind of like. I would certainly like to give it a go. But I want to unlock Sheva's bow, because that gives her infinite ammo and that saves you a lot of issues down the line. Because of course she can run out of ammo, and she isn't that good with ammo. Not as good as I am anyway, because I'll be very careful about using power weapons, etc., etc. If you've seen me on the Uncharted Brutal playthroughs, you'll know. But yeah, big thing with this game was the fact that it was like all set. It's like sunny. It didn't quite feel right for Resident Evil 5, and I'm struggling with the controls. I'm still got Resident Evil 4 in my head, and it's similar but slightly different because the right analog stick actually does something in this one. What are you getting there? Money. You can have that. Actually, I'm better off with that.
Give me an herb.
Use this.
Yeah, I'll have that because... I'll move it there. Yeah, wherever you place it on there will help out massively. We'll give Sheva that one, she can have one.
Roger.
Take it.
Roger.
But yeah, I can command her to use items, not use them rather, but to pick them up.
Did you hear that? It came from that building.
I think Resident Evil 6 did it a lot better actually because that AI, you didn't have that issue, but Resident Evil 6 had its own issues. But this game's really good. It actually stands up really well. It's definitely not one of the better Resident Evils, but it's a hell of a great game. And honestly, if you're looking for a co-op game to play, you can get this game pretty cheap along with Resident Evil 4 and 6, and you can have a great time. Highly recommend picking up Resident Evil 4, 5 and 6. 4 for just one of the best games ever, and 5 and 6 for a blast co-op. Don't go into them expecting the best games ever, like you will with 4, but just a fun time. But we've got a lot of the same combat that you'll see in Resident Evil 4. My strategy in Resident Evil 5 is very Resident Evil 4-like style. As you'll see, I'll go for melee combos. Can I get Chris to... Oh, it's dead.
They didn't move like any zombies I've ever seen.
But yeah, I would totally take a Resident Evil 5 remake, in fairness. But I would definitely go down the reimagining route rather than the remake route. For instance, we already have... My point would be that we already have access to this game. I don't need Resident Evil 5 that looks slightly better with some changes. What I would like to see, however, is a Resident Evil 5 that goes for a different tone. Set this all at night time. Make it a real horror game. Make it Chris on his own going into Africa for a one last mission against his arch nemesis Wesker. I think that you've got the potential there for a really great game. But yeah, it tries to definitely amp up the horror quite early on Resident Evil 5, but it's weird because it's all set in the daytime, and that kind of lessens that effect. Right, let's take this herb here. Seem to have avoided any of the glitches that I was just experiencing. Apologies. Oh, we'll take the grenade, definitely. I'm going to move that down. I feel like I can live with it down there. Let's open this door up. And co-op doors, because this was co-op gameplay apparently back in the day. I don't know if Gears of War had nonsense like that. Gears of War just let you chainsaw open doors. Usually a lot more fun, that. Pick up some ammunition. The knife's got an interesting radius. I'll take that, because I want the majority ammo. Because Sheva's just going to shoot at the walls. That's the kind of aim we're going to get off the AI. But yeah, Resident Evil's come from an interesting place. You know, as I say, 5 was well received and sold pretty well, but people were a bit like, not sure this is what we want out of Resident Evil, and then they just took it dialed up to 11 with the 6th game, and the series was really struggling at one point, but it's fair to say at the moment it has made quite the comeback, and I for one am really happy to see that.
I owe you one.
Yeah, we'll give her another herb, why not? Oh, she's left some ammo for me, how nice. But as I say, you can do far worse. And Resident Evil 4, 5 and 6 stand on their own. I mean, 4's a different universe of being on its own. But 5 and 6 are fun games. You know, they all add to the rich tapestry of Resident Evil. And look, it's back on track now in terms of horror with 7 and 8 and the remakes. I know people are a bit less enthusiastic about 8, but I really like Village for what it's worth. I think you can do far worse.
Take it.
Okay.
I'll get the ammo because I need it. But this is the bit we all wanted to get to. And what you'll notice about Resident Evil 5 is to make up for the co-op, they add a hell of a lot more enemies on screen than you ever got in 4. And you get an interesting comparison here between 4 and 5 in terms of their village sections. I think 4 is the superior one, but this is a pretty damn good successor.
You don't know what you're talking about! You can all go to hell!
Wait a minute. That's the...
Schifo! For what? Now to Zuia!
So we don't have chainsaws, but we got big axes. And even bigger executioners.
Happen, Daddy! What?
Not quite Mr. X, is he? But he's still a big geezer. But yeah, you just have to take a look at the numbers. It's a hell of a different vibe to Resident Evil 4. Which felt intimidating, as you saw me all play it, but it's not quite this. But here we go, we're going to start immediately barricading stuff. Because we've got quite the situation here. But yeah, it's something else entirely this. We'll get Sheva to do that one. Because we've got to keep this place locked up. I don't think that's going to be any use to us, is it? No. But yeah, basically I'm going to try and hold out in here. As long as I can, essentially. It's not going to be easy. She's got a grenade, that's going to be pretty handy. But they're going to break that down pretty soon. We've got a grenade as well. Okay. Awesomeness is bound to ensue. We've got loads of ammo. Probably too much, in fairness. But yeah, we can still do punches. Much like Resident Evil, and Sheva will join in the fun. Much like Resident Evil 4, it's all about them melee combos. They work just the treat. And Sheva's quite good because she can help you set them up, but she can also be a bit of a devil and completely knock you off stride when you've got one set up. So you do have to watch her at times. Oh, I'm trying to... we take a bottle to the face, let's get out of here. I want a grenade out, please, Chris. You've been so kind. Okay, we'll open the front door. Maybe not the best idea, but it was time to move anyway shortly.
Kirk, come in. The locals are hostile.
Okay, the executioner has not arrived yet.
We need backup, and we need it right now.
Oh, thanks, Sheva. That's helpful.
Did you hear that, Sheva?
Jump through.
Help's on the way.
Got it.
So you can use animation priority a lot to help you out. Oh, heck. Now they're coming. And the music here, by the way, is phenomenal.
I need your help.
Let's give Sheva a hand. And here comes the big executioner to ruin our day. Might be a good idea to start moving. Oh no, Sheva's done Sheva things and got herself killed. But thankfully, we've had some animation priority there. But that's Sheva at her best. Getting herself injured and almost getting me killed, which we all love when we're trying to play our solo adventure. I say, don't know what you're going to get with Sheva. She might be really good, she might be really bad. We're going to start a loop, because that's the best thing to do, and we'll get the SMG over here. But yeah, it's an awesome experience, but it's a different kind of experience. I'm going to actually give Sheva that, because I don't need it, I've got the ammo. Oh man, you can actually kill the executioner in the beginning. Particularly me, because I've obviously got all them upgrades, but I'm trying to sort of play it in the most purest form at the minute and just playing. Shit! Oh, why have I taken that? And I'm going the wrong way. Oh my god. I've taken some SMG ammo, that was stupid of me. Now what I like to do is a bit of a loop here. As I say, animation priority is pretty handy. If I give you that...
I owe you one.
Yeah, you do. Let's jump down here. But yeah, I've just got to hope that Sheva doesn't die, basically. But you'll notice how intense this is. Although, you can do more of a loop than you could in the fourth one. I feel like in the fourth one, there come a moment when you just had to accept you're going to have to hunker down and fight. I don't always get the urge with this game. I feel like you get a little bit more time to run around. Oh my god, I need to move. I can hear him. Oh, here he is with his bloody megaphone. Oh! But yeah, time to fight. He's down. Nice headshot there. Oh, I'm going to go up the ladder, why not? She's on the SMG, but that's not too bad. Jump over here. But yeah, I mean, I really like The Evil Within, but I think Resident Evil 5's probably got more of a quality to it. But oh, what am I doing? Why have I done that?
Gonna make it.
Oh, I'm dead.
Gonna make it.
Where is Sheva? I might mech it. I might mech it. Ah! Help me, Sheva! Jesus. Okay, I've had a go at her, but she saved me there, so we'll let her off. Better say, tell me you're not on the edge of your seat here. Oh, it's Oh shit. I don't want to kill Megaphone guy, he's annoying me. It's his fault. He caused all this chaos. At least he's dead. That makes me feel a little bit better. Whoa, we'll trade positions, why don't we? I'm not getting involved with you lot, go away. Feel like it goes on a bit longer as well than its Resident Evil 4 counterpart. That might just be me though. Is the Executioner following me? He is. We can use this barrel then. Alright, it's almost end. Let's get a punch in if we can. Have that. Always feel good for doing that. I think Sheva even got involved then. But yeah, you don't just need headshots in this one. But as we come to the end, I hope this might convince you if you've never played Resident Evil 5 to maybe check it out. But yeah, the numbers of enemies is quite good. It's quite astounding, and I say a stable frame rate as well. But this whole village sequence, I mean, Resident Evil just love it because they keep playing it in their games. Resident Evil 8 started the exact same way. Always doing the multiple swings.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm gonna take out the door. Find some cover.
Oh, it's gonna. Oh, I was gonna get one last punch in then. Feel betrayed. But there we go, that was the Resident Evil 5 opening level. We got an S rank showing off as well. That'll do. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I enjoyed playing it for what it's worth. I always enjoy coming back to Resident Evil 5, and you know, as I say, I think definitely one day I'm going to play through this game by myself and see what kind of experience that delivers. Can it be as good as my co-op times? I'm not sure it will do, but I think I can still have a lot of fun with this game. So yeah, this has been another edition of the Recall Files, guys. Please check out the playlist on the channel. I've done all sorts of videos for these now. I think this is episode 9, so we've covered quite a lot. So consider checking them out, see if you enjoy them, and consider checking out other stuff on the channel. And who knows, maybe you'll consider stopping by just a bit longer. But thank you for watching, guys. This has been Recall Gaming, signing out.